This is a Headgum Podcast.
You're listening to the Morning After Podcast.
You should call this podcast Surrounded.
Yeah, because you feel surrounded right now?
Yeah, a little cornered. It's a little Wesley in there.
Hey.
I don't know why. Felt like passenger 50.
Oh, the look or the tone?
Yeah, a little bit.
The look? Yeah.
You're just a cool motherfucker. That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something.
Hey.
Always bet on black.
Hey. Oh, there it is. Why wasn't he snakes on a plane? He was already on a plane.
I know. Just keep the cameras rolling. Now they're snakes.
That would have been amazing. Wesley versus snakes.
They should have shot all the plane movies in one. That Jodie Foster one,
Airplane,
Air Force
2,
One, Air Force
Soul
One,
Plane,
Air
Soul
Force
Plane,
2, Soul Force One, Snakes on a Soul Force One. Oh my God.
We are a science podcast. Did you brush up on any science before coming here?
I don't need to brush up on science, baby.
Perfect.
Yo, he's a really smart guy.
I'm soaking in it. This isn't a science podcast.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
It's
I thought he was doing a riff.
Yeah, no.
Kyle,
That's 2028 Best Science Podcast winner right there.
well, that sounds like the fakest thing
To
you
your
could have
left,
said.
2029. Send it to us in advance.
I mean, what? So this is a riff.
Well, you see the headphones.
we're
so you know
in
what's
the-
Can you do me a
future,
favor and
bro.
take your glasses off when you're riffing?
We're in the future, dude.
I need a sign.
I might turn into Clark Kent here.
No, but I got
That would work for me. You look like a different guy. That would work for me.
The one time
Hey,
I did,
how's that?
dude, the one time I didn't have a mustache and I took my glasses off and did an episode, people were like, who is that?
I shouldn't offer it, but there's a power in claiming your biggest weakness.
Mm.
My wife knows this about me. I have no memory for like actresses. I'm really bad at remembering actresses, and I'm really good at remembering. No,
G-spot.
that's actually
Like
not true.
faces or names?
Just the face. Like I'll be like,
Oh.
"What is she in?" And she's like, "She's in The Bourne Identity. You've seen it 1,000 times." And I'm like, "That's a fresh face to
Yeah.
me." like I can't hit save on them. It's because I'm so fidelitous to my wife. Not a word.
Yeah,
I'm so faithful to my wife. I don't even see ladies.
you can't even look at it.
But is that a real word,
movie?
Fidelitas?
No,
Oh, okay.
it sounds
Coming from you, I would believe it.
fidelitas.
Yeah.
Fidelitas. It sounds like something a lawyer would say.
Okay.
Your Honor, my client's fidelitasness. Fidelitasness. Yeah, I don't. It's haircuts. Women are always changing their hair, and that's enough to throw me. You change the shape of your hair, you're a new face to me.
A friend of mine sent me a picture of Karuchi. She sent me a picture of a woman with an afro, but the afro was a square. It came out like this, like this,
I like
and
this.
like this.
I
I'll
like
send
this.
you guys the photo.
And Kubert.
Yeah, well, she.
Jumps.
But I mean, that's what it felt like. And I said to her, I was like, "I dare you," and she was like, "Oh, I would definitely do this." And then I said, "Well, I'm not holding your hand in public. Like I wouldn't." That looked wild.
Yeah, you got to commit to that.
You can't
look.
hold her hand. You need to be another Tetris piece and link with her.
I gotta be this piece.
Did you know all
I
the
just-
Tetris pieces are 4 pieces? Or is it 5? It's 4, yeah.
This is what I mean.
This is
You're
what I know.
fucking. You.
They're all 4.
And I believe it just because you
Because
said it.
tetra, but tetra doesn't mean 4.
Tetrahedron. This is what
Is it tetrahedron
Terrence
4
Howard.
This is what
sides?
Terrence Howard was talking
It's 4
about.
sides.
So it's 4 sides. So that's why it's called Tetris.
Yeah.
It's 4. Every piece in Tetris is 4. I do know a lot of whack shit.
Wow, dude.
It's not that it's whack shit. It's just that because I don't know your history, your background. You know
Yes.
what I mean? I don't know what you went to school for. Talk to me about your background. What are you smart because you read, or were you going into a different field and you were like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go tell these jokes with these dumb motherfuckers."
I love that question because the answer is really hopeful to people like me who through high school and even a little bit into college felt pretty like below average. And then like later in life, you realize, this sounds like a fucking graduation speech, but it's true. Later in life, when someone reframed, I don't remember, it wasn't maybe one person, it was many people, reframed knowledge as like something kind of sexy, as like shoplifting.
Yeah.
It's like you can get ideas from brilliant people and that will make you interesting and cool and dynamic. Later in life, I got that pilot light lit and I was like, oh, you can just read books? Like when I found out you could read books
What are you in, like a
It took
slave?
you to after. It took you to after high school to realize you could read a book.
Yeah, all you had
They's
to
letting
do-
us read books now.
You check the book out, you make your mark, and then they let you have the. Is that okay? Are we
Yes,
okay
yes,
with
yep,
that?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and
yep, yes,
under the
yes.
law of yes, and you can say a lot of questionable
Yes,
shit.
Yes.
yes.
Like you could, like a genius talked for hundreds of pages, and you can read it.
Yeah.
And even if you only remember less than 1% of it, you're doing so much better than most people. And then after I got divorced when I was 28, and once I started like dating and kind of trying to better myself and be a more, again, to use the word dynamic person, I saw education for what it is, which is a bank robbery. There's a bank filled with people who live their entire life dedicated to one thing,
Yeah.
and they'll tell you it. And all you need to give them is your time. And then obviously audiobooks helps in a big way. Podcast helps in a big way. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten better at just reading straight up real books.
Yeah, I know. I notice when people have like a major or a PhD in like a very small field,
Yeah,
they will find a way to bring it up in every conversation.
of course. That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
they
Every
got.
conversation. They're like, yeah, I have a PhD in child playground making.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know exactly what
Because
you
they
need
broke
to do.
themselves
Yeah.
for that. And that's all they have. It's how we are, I'm sure with comedy and show business,
Yeah.
those are our metaphors.
It's fair. It's fair. You talk to athletes. They compare
sure.
everything. They equate everything to the athletic process.
That's our greatest sports. I'm not a sports fan, but that's their greatest contribution, I think, is giving us context for emotions and situations that we don't understand.
You know what's interesting is, and this is why I dislike about guys like you. You're tall
Yeah, I know, and I don't play basketball.
and you don't
yeah.
play basketball.
I'm 6'6". I'm the same height as Michael Jordan, man.
That's
Wow.
fucking crazy.
I can barely touch the what's
net?
the white part? The net.
The white part.
What's the white part?
white part called?
The net.
The net.
The
Damn.
the hoop container.
The hoop garnish is
Yes.
what I call the net.
Yeah.
I can get the hoop doily pretty good because I grew up going to like basketball camps and stuff, but I didn't take.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's because I didn't care enough about the outcome. If you had asked me at the time, I would have told you that I'm not a competitive person, but that's not true. I'm very competitive if I care about the outcome, but I didn't care about, and with full respect to sports, I didn't care about humiliating anybody. And sports really is kind of like,
Yeah.
when it comes to comedy, don't get me wrong, I do want to be the funniest person on the show. If I'm on a show with 10 people, not as much anymore, but I'm talking about in the early years. You
Yeah.
really want to strut your stuff and prove yourself. The perfect show when you're starting in the first 10 years, everyone bombs, you go up and murder. That's
Yeah.
the best, cleanest drug of stand-up you could possibly do. Now I've leveled out. I'm in my middle age. I'm fine. I want everyone to do well. But when I was young, I was like, oh, I am competitive. Like I
yeah.
want to murder. And not only do I want to murder, I want everyone to go, no one can murder. And then you want to murder because that became my sports. But when it came to like some guy and his fucking girlfriend's watching, I don't want to box him out and swat it out and be like, fuck you, bitch. And then what is gained by that?
You get to fuck his girlfriend.
No, I know. That's what I know now. I didn't know that then, but it turns
If
out
only you could go back in time.
I can. I actually can.
Oh.
I went back. I go back in time all
We're
the time.
working on
That's
it
how I
right
know
now.
the America I want to make. I see it all the time. Every night I go back in time. 1950, great time. Wonderful time. What's funny is Trump wouldn't have made sense in 1950. Our Trump today goes back to the great America of the past.
Yeah.
That dude only fits in 2025. If Trump walked into like a diner and was like, I'd love an egg malt. Do you have an egg malt? Like it doesn't work. They'd be like, Are you all right, sir? I'm doing wonderful. It's great to be here. This is how it is. This is how it should be. Someone's eye falls out from polio. Uh-oh. Vaccines, gotta have them.
He's like, love my African Americans. They all go, what? The fuck you mean?
Ooh, an egg mold.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
Give
if I've
me an
ever
egg
had
mold.
an egg mold.
I want an egg malt. It's like a malt. They put an egg in it. It's protein. It keeps you from getting syphilis. Sorry, these riffs won't stop. Is this
I've
really
had
a
a
science
chocolate
podcast?
malt.
Yeah, egg malt isn't it? It's an egg cream and a chocolate malt, and I blended them in my brain.
That's
Well, that
very
is scientific.
Phyllis, what was the word you
Phyllis
philosophical?
Diller.
Phyllis Diller of
Oh.
you. Yeah, it's very Phyllis Diller of you.
Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, this is another episode of the Lamorne After podcast.
And we were up all night.
We were up all night.
And this is
Dude.
the morning after.
Yeah,
I'm Lamorne. That's Kyle.
Hey,
That's Pete Holmes.
And what's the relationship here?
Fucking.
What?
You guys fucking?
Just anally.
Just mind.
Mind fucking one
Yeah,
another?
just
Old friends?
Old friends. I wouldn't say too old of a friend. Yeah, 10, 11, 12
Don't
years.
age
like
us,
that.
dude.
So we have a squad here
Yeah.
in which we all came here at different times and we just help each other create stuff. Writer. Just kind of, move shit around.
You're DG in it.
What's that mean?
Donald Glovering.
Yeah, you have to. You got to do it.
You got to. Look, if you can,
Yeah.
that's what Donald does, I think.
Yeah.
Just has like a crew.
Like it's
He's like, you need a ukulele player?
Yeah.
Somebody comes
That's
out.
what boy. Hey,
No,
just
Like,
like-
oh, he said
You
something
know
else.
what's
Get
so
the fuck
funny though? So I have to bring up. So I had.
Are you Canadian?
What?
Are you Canadian?
No,
Then
not at
tell
all.
the way you say so.
Soul?
Yeah, that's the
Soul?
most
Did I
Canadian.
say soul
Yeah,
like that?
I'm
Yeah.
tapping a tree right now.
Oh,
That
man,
you're so Canadian. Soul.
There's maple syrup coming out of me right now.
I'm sorry, I'm not Canadian.
Oh.
You're fucking Canadian, dude.
Men, life is stressful. I mean, you have plenty to worry about without adding performance into the bedroom to your list. Hims provides access to treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you the boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes.
Oh, okay. So I hear you're looking for a boost in the bedroom. Well, I know the feeling. I mean, I don't know the feeling, but I've heard about the feeling. Anyway, Hims is here to help with personalized ED treatment options, and it's all online.
With hundreds of thousands of subscribers, Hims can help you find the ED option that works best for you.
Let's say you're an astronaut, right? You're an astronaut and you got a big old rocket ship. That's not a metaphor. I'm actually talking about an actual rocket ship. Now, if that rocket ship breaks down, what are you going to do? You're going to fix it yourself? No, you got to take it to a mechanic. You got to take it to the spaceship station where they fix rocket ships. Okay. You know why? Because you need that rocket ship to get to Mars. And it's not something that most guys can fix themselves. And men should think the exact same way about ED. But here's the reality. You might be hesitant to seek help because I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I get it. Thankfully, through Hims, you can get access to personalized ED treatment without stepping outside of your door. Yeah. You ain't got to have your neighbors see you. You out there breezing in the wind. They don't need to know all that. They don't need to know what your business looks like. Right to your door.
The process is 100% online, so there's no need for any uncomfortable doctor visits. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/lemorningafter. That's HIMS.com/lemorningafter for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/lemorningafter.
The products mentioned are chewable compound products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscriptions required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. We filmed a video one time that we called Living with Kyle.
Mhm.
And the idea was that I was just kind of like couch surfing.
Yes.
Because I was trying to find like my permanent home. And we
you called it
filmed like
crashing?
a pilot. We filmed a pilot and like got into a mini fight with the person who directed it and editing it. Anyways, we ended up, it took months to get out. But in that time before we finally got the pilot done, Crashing comes out.
Wow.
And I watched Crashing. I was like, oh my God, this is like so, I mean, you guys, it was so good and so funny. But I'm like, damn, all right. And I took the file and just put it in the trash bin.
Oh my God.
But it was funny now that you're here.
Well, a couple of things about that. One, I think it's super funny that ideas, they collect like clouds, like they, and they're up there. And if you don't grab it, I'm not saying you slept on it. I'm just saying, I hear a lot of stories where I'm like, I pitched that movie. I'll give you an example. I had an idea of for a movie of a guy who grew up with like an Amy Winehouse type. With full respect, I know she passed, but then she comes back to her small town, checks into rehab, and then he fakes a drug problem to reunite with her.
Oh, yeah.
Pitch that movie, and they're like, we bought that movie last week. And I'm like,
Wow.
what are the chances? We're all in the same soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And being interested in the grind and the process, I think that has to do with all the movies and TV you and I were both watching, and those ideas come at
Totally.
a time. And there is something about something fun to put that fire under you. The other thing I was going to say was when I came up, I wanted to do a show about my origin. And then knowing what I know about show business, I was like, you need to have an engine and like some hook. Mm-hmm. And then the hook was, every episode Pete will be staying on the couch of a different character, of a different comedian. Mm-hmm. And then of course, like 3 episodes in, that just stops. Like I'm living with Artie. Yeah. I kind of bounce around a little bit. But I think that's an interesting lesson in show business. The business side of it dictates that when you pitch a show, you should be like, and every episode we zoom one of the fans in and they actually tell you how it should end. And episode 5, that's just not fucking happening. Yeah, exactly. It's just a goddamn show now. Yeah. I'm sure New Girl was like that. They're like, and Zoe's going to speak so a different language exactly.
And it's like that goes out the window.
And meanwhile, me and Judd Apatow are like, it's just a fucking show about comedy. But like you need that excuse that makes it a show that's easy to hold on to.
Yeah, ours was, a girl moves in with 3 weird dudes from Craigslist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, that's great.
But then it turns out it's literally just a show about relationships.
Mm-hmm. You know what, bud? They all are.
Yes.
They
have to be.
And they have to be.
And they have to be because it's the one identifiable thing that the world can definitely all agree on is that you need people.
You need to relate.
Mm-hmm. You need to relate. Yeah.
And that when we're back to sports. Yeah. You guys are like a team. And
100%.
Can we move together?
Yes.
New Girl and Friends and other shows like it, we call it, me and my wife, Friends Having Fun is what she calls it.
Yes, that's what it is.
Friends Having Fun. Mm-hmm. And we will not tire of 2 things. One, watching exceptional Captain America holding a helicopter. We love it. Gorillas will look at photographs of like alpha gorillas. If you print out photographs of impressive alpha silverback gorillas will look at them all day.
Really?
We are them. We like that
podcast.
Too. Science podcast. So we love watching like Fit. We also love Brilliant, like Sherlock, Jason Bourne. Yep. This is a male fantasy. But we also love Friends Having Fun, which is Seinfeld. A little bit less, but certainly Friends and New Girl.
I love how you can quickly identify all the things you like. If you would ask me about all the things that I like, I'd be like, give me a second. As a person with 0 hobbies, like,
No, I feel I relate to you.
Oh, yeah?
I was able to say that because I was more representing Val. Val loves TV. I think it's so fun. It's so cute. And she loves Friends Having Fun more than anything. I can be at a bit of a loss when it comes to like what I like. Yeah. Like if my wife is out of town, I will certainly be sitting around going like, what the fuck do I do again?
So many options
like,
now.
Yeah, what do I do? And then you end up you try to do 3 of them at once and like it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
We're not made to just fucking touch every clitoris on our body. We're supposed to delay gratification, like watch a whole movie or read a whole book or even just play one fucking video game without checking your phone. So there's your science.
You play Risk? You ever played Risk?
I never got into Risk.
Oh, okay.
You like it?
Oh, I love Risk.
I've never, let me tell you something. How long we go back?
We met in the library that one fateful day 11 years ago, 12 years ago.
11, 12 years ago. Yeah. And by library, he means bar. And he's been playing Risk with all of his white friends.
Not true.
There's a half black dude. There's all white, 1 half black.
Yo, so something 0.5.
Never been invited to play Risk.
No, but Dom's half, he's half, I'm half. That means that's 1.
So you're half what?
Cuban.
Not the black Cuban either. You go to Cuba and they kind of black and
yeah, because I didn't stay there long enough. If I had stayed longer, I think I would have looked like David Ortiz.
Yeah.
Yes, that was one of the when I lived in New York. I was like, why is that black guy speaking Spanish? I didn't understand. I didn't know what the Dominican Republic was.
They taught y'all Spanish?
But like ripping it. Yeah, ripping it. Like that's really definitely a first language. Like what's going on?
I felt the same way when I went to Jamaica and I saw this Asian girl. She goes, Wagwan Wai. And I was
I'm going to say,
hold on. Did you think she was doing a bit?
I thought she was doing a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
you were like, that is inappropriate.
Yes. Like, you're in the funny business. People sometimes think they can.
Yeah.
That's what I thought she was doing. And she was dead ass born and raised in Jamaica.
Dude, imagine after this, we get invited to be on Press Row because now they're allowing some podcasts to be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's like a row now for like podcasts.
You mean in the White House?
Oh, yeah. And not like the little fake set, like the real one.
If given the opportunity,
just for shits and gigs.
Would you go?
To what?
Would you go on press row? Would you be there?
Yeah, I'd do that.
Questions? Oh yeah,
That'd be so fun.
I would do that.
What kind of for me, I'm not a political guy, so
I wouldn't participate. I would be there just to be like, this is a trip. I can't believe it. Like, even if you're not I'm not like a Trump supporter, but if you saw that, you would be like, whoa.
But what if he said, Pete, love your stuff.
Pete,
love your stuff. You got a question for me? Go ahead. This is your opportunity.
So funny. That is the funniest question anyone's ever asked me. Is like, if you take someone that you're really opposed to, right?
Yeah.
But then he's like, love your stuff. You made it weird. One of my favorite podcasts. I would just immediately melt.
Yes, like, what are you doing?
I'm wearing the hat. Like, this is how you shoot
When they
it, right?
cut back to you, you're just
You do what I was going to say. I'm talking to him and I'm like, Mr. President, some of your environmental policies, I'm not on board. He's like, really? That surprises me. When I was watching Crashing, you cut back to me. Full MAGA. I used to have a joke where I was like, if I spent 45 minutes with Tom Cruise, I'd be a Scientologist. That's just facts. Yeah. I'm such a fan.
They're great salesmen.
Oh my, can you imagine?
Yeah, and I'm easy.
Locked on.
Yeah.
T. Cruise.
100%.
Full energy.
I'm like, I'm there.
This dude jumps off buildings, breaks his foot, and keeps going. You think he can't convert me?
No, if
He just doesn't want it bad enough.
Yeah, he doesn't want me to
care.
If he were running into an erupting volcano and was like, follow me, and I see him start going into the stride, the TC stride?
Of course.
I'm going.
The
I do
stride.
too.
There's a great YouTube, what am I, my mom? There's a great Facebook about, but I saw a video on YouTube analyzing, I don't know if it was Nerdwriter or one of those video essay guys that are great. And it was about the evolution of T. Cruise's run.
The run.
And it really, he's only gotten better. He's so good.
We love him. He's so good
it
at
wasn't
running,
always
that guy.
this, but now it's this. It used to be this.
That's what it is. I was talking to Glenn Powell. We were talking about that. He's doing a movie now, Running Man. And he literally, that's what it's called. It's the remake.
They're remaking Running Man, the Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, the classic Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Wait, Glenn Powell. Am I thinking of the right person?
Yeah.
Who's Glenn Powell?
Robbie, pull up a picture of Glenn for Pete.
I'm picturing Glenn Howerton.
Yeah, that's public. They've already put up ads, and he's already been seen on set filming.
Oh, this motherfucker, the Top Gun guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude lit up.
Have you guys? Okay, so seeing that
All of
second
America
photo,
agreed on
seeing the
this guy.
second photo, the squint he's doing. No, well now Robbie's just zooming
Why are
in
you
on his
showing us
abs
his
and his
cum
package.
gutters?
Robbie, see that second photo, the squint.
Yeah.
Is that something you develop once you become a movie star, like the squint? Oh, Pete, you're kind of doing the squint right now.
Yeah.
When I became a superstar, I just kind of started doing
Oh,
this. Sometimes people,
That's a nice squint,
yeah,
dude. Your squint is crazy.
I saw that movie where he was the undercover guy, the hitman.
Yeah.
Look, you ever have a criticism of a movie and you hate your own criticism?
Yeah.
That's one of these.
Like, why am I thinking this way about it?
And I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But my criticism was I didn't like that he's a nerd. He's like, no, I can't go in the field. And then he goes in the field first try and he's like, let me tell you about killing motherfuckers. And you're like, what? And then you go, okay, Pete, take the note. Like, let's say Richard Linklater took my note and there's 45 minutes of this motherfucker stumbling and learning and developing. I would have been like, fucking this movie
I
sucks.
can't watch this movie.
I hate this.
Yes, you got to just trust that he's making the adjustment.
Trust it. But he's also so good looking. I'm like, and he's good at pretending to be a killer. I'll just always have that chip. I think Gosling is gorgeous, but Gosling is more broken than this man. Like Gosling had got hit with a shovel in a great way. In the same way that a lot of people we like got. I think T. Cruise got hit with an interesting shovel. This guy's just classic to me. And I have a hard time with
American,
classic.
all American.
If you know him, he's a Southern gentleman. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life.
You know this man?
I know him personally.
Well, that's the only way to know someone.
Yeah, like very well. I mean, I know people.
What do you mean very well?
I know people biblically. I hadn't seen him since.
Haven't seen him.
But glad we go way back. But he's when I say the kindest guy.
Really?
Yeah. So when you look at somebody like that,
then I'm going to say he got hit by the interesting shovel too. Look at that man. I can feel the tickle of his whiskers.
Can I tell you a story about him?
Squint is just so good.
I'll tell you a story about him.
Stop squinting.
He looks like a poker player and he has a great hand, but he also kind of wants you to win.
We're on a boat. Right in Greece, and he jumps in. He swims to this little cove.
Can I throw this in?
Yeah,
no splash
at all. But then once we get back on the boat, we're ready to leave. There's a guy hiking. There's a big mountain, and the guy actually starts falling down the mountain.
Whoa!
Everyone's just going, "Whoa, that's crazy!"
Like a
R.I.P.
long fall.
Yeah. We're like, R.I.P. Glenn was like, you guys see that shit? And we're like, yeah, Glenn. And he's like, the fuck? And he runs, jumps off the boat into the water, swims all the way to the bottom of the hill the guy fell down.
The guy's destination.
And like helped him and like carried him to like a tinier boat and, you know, got him to safety.
What?
And
he was there.
Dude, I was there. I don't know how, but it all happened in slow motion.
I feel like he's the kind of guy, that's an amazing story. And then he got out and he had beads of water all over his perfect body. And he just went, and then he was dry.
But everybody else was soaked.
Yeah. And the guy was like, I loved the choice in Hitman that you were good right away. And he was like, I appreciate it. I actually had issues with it. I bet he would know what I meant. If look, you be me, I'm him, and just tell me my note on the movie Hitman and I'll be him. Does he have a Southern accent?
It's a little bit of text.
Okay,
slight text.
By the way, this isn't going to be very long. It's
Yeah.
a very short riff.
Okay.
Just start.
Glenn Powell, you know, I think the thing about your performance is great, but I just didn't know, you know, there's something about you being as hot as you are.
Oh my God.
I don't buy it. You know what I mean? That you're a nerd and all of a sudden you're a fucking murdering sex symbol.
I get that.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. By the way, yeah,
Dude,
I've never heard
that-
of me. That was a great off the cuff me.
That was you.
I got to work on it.
That
I
was
gotta work
good.
on it. I'm going to work on it now that I know.
Kind of raspy. It was kind of raspy and a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to go. It has. You know what I will say, and we talked about this on your podcast. Your relationship with TJ.
Well, I was going to say you're doing TJ.
Yeah,
and
I found myself doing TJ.
TJ is obviously an influence on all of us that started with him because he was just so talented and is so talented. But like that specific voice.
Yeah.
And then when I'm like, I'm not saying TJ got it from other people, but like there's something funny, and TJ certainly figured this out, about the Midwestern accent.
Mm-hmm.
And TJ's, I don't know if he does it all the time but we all kind of notice and we all sort of do it. But like, there's something really funny about like, hacky sack. Really? And then you watch Bill Murray and there's a lot of like greats from that time of comedy. And Bill Murray is just like a calm guy with a Midwestern accent. It's like, oh, I can't do it, but it's like, oh yeah, you want to take that back? Oh, it's the same day over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, sing like Bill Murray.
Wow.
I
I can sing like him.
Guys, you know when you sign up for something, you forget about it, and then after the trial period ends, you're then charged. It's month after month after month. It adds up. Those subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, I just learned that 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. So thanks to Rocket Money, I can now see all my subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones I'm not using anymore. And now I'm saving more money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lowering bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lemorningafter today. That's rocketmoney.com/lemorningafter. You want to start polling Pete, or do you want me to poll Pete first?
Okay, I'll pull him.
Pole Pete?
Yeah.
Polling.
There's a Pol Pot joke here, but I am not. I see you guys. I see every trap. You want to Pole Pete?
Yeah.
And you just look at me? Anything? Get the fuck out of here.
Pete, if in 20 years your kid has a podcast,
Yeah.
what would it be called?
Oh, Lee's Bees.
Lee's Bees?
Because we call my daughter Leela Lee. She'll be Lee.
Mm.
I mean, her name is Leela. I think she'll go with Lee for the podcast. Lee's Bees are things that she's kind of mid about. It's all the things in her life that she's like, it's not an A, it's not a C, it's
I
a
like
B.
that.
These are Lee's Bees.
Lee's Bees.
I was all right with it.
That's pretty good.
And every episode ends with her talking to the AI version of me.
Are you still here or you're gone?
I'm still here. That's what's
you
weird.
just don't want to do the pod.
It's a point between it. No, I really do. I'm like, sweetheart, please let me be on the pod. And she was like, you're being a little bee right now. And I was like, then I should be on it.
Yeah.
Don't trust the Lee's bees in apartment 23s, geez.
That's a throwback.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that is a throwback.
Show did one season,
That
right?
was Zoe
Damn.
too, wasn't it?
No.
JK. I'm just kidding. I didn't think for a second it was Zoe. It was
Dakota Johnson?
Kristen Ritter.
Eric Andre?
DeAndre was on it.
Yes, he was.
Man,
He was.
you know what's fucked up? I did trust that bitch. If you trust her, you can call her the full word.
That was a time when TV shows could go for it. Don't trust the B. The original script was "Don't trust the bitch" in Apartment 23. New Girl was originally called Chicks and Dicks.
What was it? The Tracy Morgan, Bruce Willis
Cop Out?
was called Cop Out. Was called Two Dicks because Private Eyes.
Oh.
Two Dicks. But
I
you know
actually
what?
like that. I thought that movie was really funny.
Oh yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I don't think Cop Out helped them.
If you could have any superpower, but it had to be based on something only you find funny, what would it be?
Oh, wow. Now we're going into, I'm like, what do I find funny? Like what actually, you know, what's so fucked up is what really gets me is my own sense of humor. And I should say I'm sorry. But if you ask Bob Dylan and he was like, my favorite is fucking Beyonce, you want him to be like,
times it's changing.
I like my own tunes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be cool if he said,
changing.
if you want to see me laugh harder than anything, tell me one of my own jokes. That it helps if I've forgotten about it. Because then I'll be like, where's it going? And then it goes,
Like,
it goes exactly where I would want it to go. And I'm like, who the fuck? And my wife will be like, you said that or whatever.
So I do a rewatch podcast for New Girl with Hannah Simone. We call it The Mess Around.
It sounds like it's a Ray Charles podcast, but keep going.
You should hear the intro.
Is it Ray
Very
Charles?
Ray Charles infused.
Well, you know he has a song called The Mess Around.
Yeah, that's why I infused it with Ray Charles.
All right. I just don't assume black people know all Ray Charles songs. And I want you to know that.
You probably should.
But I should.
Yeah, because then if you assume the other way that they don't know, then you're calling them an Uncle Tom.
I never knew that.
You're calling them Samuel Jackson from Django. And
There's
nothing more offensive to
many landmines in the racial landscape. I just didn't know that.
That's why we just avoid them.
That's why we just don't talk about Ray
We
Charles.
don't talk about Ray Charles.
We don't talk about Ray Charles.
I love that Glenn Powell's been on the
no.
TV this entire time. We're just like staring at us.
And he
by the
looks
way.
like he's up to his nose in a delicious bath.
Oh, so my point was we reviewed an episode in which Tiffany Haddish was on, and Jessica Chafin, and really funny people. Damon Wayans Jr. is in that episode, and we had a lot of bits, a lot of moments. And Hannah, a fan, wrote a question and said, "What is like who made you laugh the most shooting those episodes?" And I wasn't trying to be funny.
You
I was
said
like,
you.
I said me.
Of course.
Because I improvised a lot. And when I rewatched it, I was like, I can't believe they let that in. I can't believe they let
Can
that
I
in.
please speak in your defense here? Because to imply that we're in control of our minds, we are the I'm not trying to be spiritual. I'm saying we are the awareness that is watching our minds in the same way that I'm watching reality. So the mind is a thing. It's an activity of consciousness. And so it can surprise and delight you. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's an involuntary muscle. You stare into space when you're writing or you're trying to riff and it shows up. Did you find it? It's like it arrived.
Yeah.
So of course, and you got front row seats to it.
Yeah.
And there it is.
And it took you a while to get it out because it was funny.
And yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're surprised and it's mixed with the delight and the miracle of being involved in its creation. That, of course, that's the best way to laugh.
When you guys take a bath, did you ever like burn your big toe just like when you're testing out the temperature of the water?
It's the worst.
I always do
Here's
that.
a tip. Heel. Heel has fewer
you
nerve endings.
heel it.
Heel it.
I have somebody else test it for me.
This guy's got a whole bath guy.
You have a tester.
I have a bath tester.
Yeah, you got to have a bath tester. So my superpower, I'm trying to think of something else that really makes me laugh.
I love when
I
little
love
babies.
Nirvana, the band, The Show. Speaking of Toronto, Toronto-based filmmaker Matt Johnson made the show called Nirvana, the band, The Show. And that show makes me laugh. Oh, and the podcast Valley Heat. Have you heard of Valley Heat?
No. Have you heard of
It's
that?
Valley Heat.
hilarious.
Whose podcast is that?
Christian Duguay is his name. It's unbelievable. I was listening to it on the way here and I scream laugh.
Really?
So in the spirit of Valley Heat, my superpower would be the ability to teleport into Burbank at will, but only to Burbank.
Wow.
Just to Burbank.
So if I'm in a tight pinch, I can go to Burbank. I can go to Magnolia Boulevard.
Just Burbank. What's a rule from your childhood that as a grown-up is obviously bullshit? You know, like don't swim after you eat.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I swim after I eat constantly because you know what? I'd like some energy to burn
Yeah.
because I'm fucking swimming.
Yes.
But you're also
that's
not
how the-
drowning. You're 6'6".
Yeah,
You're not
that's
going
right.
to drown in 4 feet of water.
I can stand in the ocean, man.
That's a superpower.
You know, my mom told me don't pee on the white part of the bowl, just in the water. And I remember being a child and thinking, this fucking lady doesn't know shit. Like it was the first time, it's a formative memory for me because it was the first time I recognized that my parents were just making stuff up. Not in a bad way. They were doing their best to guide me.
Yeah.
But I was like, you can pee on the white part. Because when you flush, the water cleanses the entire bowl.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, mom's wrong.
Maybe what she was trying to say, if you pee on the white part, it bounces.
She might have, yeah,
splatter.
Splash
no, that's
effect.
true. And the water, you know, well, my wang kind of goes in and
Into
it kind
the
of
water.
S-tubes through and then
Oh.
I pee.
Wait, it goes into the water?
Yeah, into the
Wait,
water.
curves?
Yeah. I'm standing and then, you know, I
curves
unravel
down.
it and it goes in.
Are your pants all the way down, or do you just go to or use the
Obviously
zipper
all the
only?
way down.
All the way down.
Otherwise
the
my
ankles.
ankles get cold.
Yeah.
And then
It is hard to pee with
my
cold
dick
ankles.
snakes in and then there's actually, I don't know,
There's a mark there or something, or just
Yeah,
missing a piece.
what was that movie where a dude, they flood the room and he gets air by going into the tube in a toilet? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's
Yeah.
Kingsman.
Yeah.
It's Kingsman.
Oh.
My dick goes all the way into the part where the air pocket is, and
Yeah.
that's where I piss.
Piss in the air. Yeah,
I piss in the air pocket because there's nothing about pissing in fresh air in a tube.
And by
And
the
you-
time your dick
and
comes
then
out,
I-
it's clean.
And
Wait,
then it's clean.
and you're
Yeah.
sitting down while you do this, or you're standing?
No, I'm standing and the dick goes into the water, into the tube, finds the air, pisses, and then I can actually will it back like a dog collar.
Oh, like a dog.
Yeah, like I bring it back.
Or like a tape measure.
Yeah, like a tape measure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to do that in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the older you get,
I like this question though about the rule.
Also,
Oh, I wanna
maybe your
have
mom
another
just
one.
saw at a young age you had horrible aim when peeing
Maybe that's
and
true.
wanted to just guide you, like missile lock you
you
onto
can-
the water.
This is an important
Okay,
lesson.
so your dick
Yeah, there
goes,
it is. I'm peeing in the what's
Oh,
known
you
as
go
the
down
trap.
the trap.
I'm peeing in what's known as the trap. This
Wow.
looks like a woman cutting.
Wait a
down.
second.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait.
I'm not trying to be funny. You know, in health class where they show you
Oh, that's a diaphragm.
a woman.
No, a
cut down-
diagram. A diagram.
It's a diagram.
Yeah, a diaphragm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right away.
That's a
When you
uterus.
slice and you see like the baby would be in the trap.
Yeah, that's a
and
uterus.
The wax ring is the labia, and the supply valve. I think that's the clitoris, but that's what a lady looks like.
Wait a minute. You
man.
guys are telling me you pee in the bowl, not in the tank?
you upper deck your pee-pee,
you ever
dude?
top tank somebody?
I've never done it. Never thought about it. That's the wet willy of the bathroom. I
Oh my
don't do
god,
it.
I got to do that to somebody. I know exactly who I'm going to do it to as well,
Yeah.
but I'm just not going to. I'm just
let 'em
debating
know.
if I want to.
Don't let them know. Yeah,
That's
that one.
the
That's the
inside
one
of
I was
an alien.
thinking.
That looks like an alien.
That's
when
the one I was
aliens-
thinking
Oh
of.
yeah.
And now that I see it, it just made me think of it. So, ladies, no shade here.
But
It's
you're
pretty
like a
good.
toilet.
It's pretty good.
Oh, the
pretty
tube, the
good.
fallopian tubes are
I'm
kind of like the
gonna-
toilet bowl trap.
I have one for the rule that I think was bullshit.
Oh, yeah,
as
I'd love
well.
to hear.
Oh, the rule.
Like they'll always wipe from front to back. Like
always wipe from front to
Oh,
back.
you've actually touched on a very.
back.
yeah,
I'm very passionate about this.
yeah,
If I was in a movie and you're directing it,
yeah,
and I have to wipe my ass,
yeah.
I would, like all you other insane motherfuckers, I'd take the toilet paper and I'd do the lean and I'd
Yeah.
go in the back.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
What do
You
you do?
take your fucking stuff, you move it up.
Put over
you
your shoulder.
go in from the front,
Yeah.
you put thumb on this side, this one's on your taint, and you pinch to the middle. That way you're not wiping it in either fucking
going
direction.
back.
You get it. You
Oh.
fucking pick it like a small cherry. You fucking pluck the cherry shit and you flush it down. And I've lived in shame that I do the pinch method. And until Reddit came along and millions of poop scientists said, yes, that's the fucking best way. You get your shit out of the way and you go in and you pluck
pluck it.
and you're done. Here's how you you know it's the best? You're done. This fucking bullshit.
It's smearing it.
Like you're just smearing it.
Yeah,
Get
and
the
you got
fuck
shitty
out of here.
cheeks.
You didn't know what you
Whoa.
stepped in. I can't fucking stand
You
it.
stepped in some
That's
shit.
the normal way.
But
Eat
wait, what
fucking
do you-
shit. This is good.
Yeah.
Go in and fucking claw it
Yeah,
out.
back to front to back.
It's not even
Pinch.
front. There's no even movement. It's just pinch. It's called the pinch.
What do you
Life
do
change,
with the
life
what do you
change, life
what do you
change,
do
life
with the
change.
shells though?
The 3 seashells.
Yo,
Dude.
Demolition Man. That's a crazy synchronicity. Yo, for real, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
In Utah. I just told
Yeah.
you I was in Utah. 6 shows. I
Picking.
go in the green room. Matt McCarthy, my wonderful friend, is watching Demolition Man. Wow. I come in just as he does the kiss to Sandra Bullock
Yeah.
at the end, and she's like, "Are all bodily fluid exchange this fun?" And he's like, "Even more fun." And then they walk off screen, and he goes, "I only have one question.
Yeah.
What's that 3 seashell thing?" And I go, "Holy shit!" They baked in. They land the movie on a callback to a poop seashell joke,
Ahead of
and
its
then
time.
you called it back here.
Dude, come
Yeah.
on, man.
We're
My callback
soaking
game
in
is
it.
crazy.
Yeah. Okay. What 90s hit is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, great question. We've Got Tonight by Bob Seger.
How's that go? How's that?
I know it's late. I know you're weary. It's one of those,
Ooh.
come on, babe, let's just have sex
Ooh.
songs.
Ooh.
I know your plans.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't include me. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Still here we are. He gets real literal.
I love the lean.
Both of us lonely. Hey, let's make it last, babe. Why don't you stay? I'll take it to the bridge.
Take it.
Ooh, I know where I can't remember. I know you're weary. Weary. Ooh, I know your plans don't include me.
No, they don't.
Still here we are.
Whoa.
Oh, there's a great line where he goes, look at the stars, so far away. He's saying to this woman,
Facts.
look,
Facts.
we're insignificant. We're going to die. We're in outer
just
space.
fuck.
We're
How
just little
horny
dust
is this
particles.
dude? It's a precursor to Tonight Let's Be Lovers by Dave Matthews, which is not as good of a song. It's a genre of song, which is a man showing all of his cards going, we're going to die. I know you don't really like me. Still here we are. Both of us lonely. We've got tonight. Why don't you stay?
There's a song that's
I sing
that's
it to
just
my
like
wife.
that. It's
That was-
Charles.
that was a great performance, dude. Thank you for blessing us with that,
My-
and our audience.
My pleasure.
Charles Bradley has a song similar where he's just talking about holding hands.
I'm telling you,
He's
it's a
just-
genre of song. The Go for Broke, I'm so into you, let's have sex song.
Isn't that kind of like the Baby It's Cold Outside?
It's similar to Baby It's Cold Outside.
range.
You've also stepped in a pile there because I'm a big Baby It's Cold Outside apologist.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that song was intended to be creepy. I think it is
Yeah.
creepy now, but I'll go
Baby,
on and
it's
on
cold outside.
about the playfulness of it.
Yeah, I thought they were just like, I just always picture them doing like this to each other.
Yeah, they're
Like-
just kind of having fun with the
Yeah.
tension. They know they're going to do it.
Yeah.
The people in Baby It's Cold Outside, I would bet a large amount of money, have already had sex. It's not the first time they're meeting. It's not the first.
Dean Martin.
Well,
No,
I'm just saying
the
whoever
cover.
wrote it, the perspective
yeah.
of this couple, because if you've seen Romeo and Juliet, it's the classic scene. They've had sex for the first time. And in the morning, she's going, I have to go. It's very Baby It's Cold Outside energy.
Mhm.
She's like, I have to leave. And she goes, I hear the morning bird. And he goes, it's the owl. It's the owl. It's still nighttime. He says it in
Oh.
Shakespearean language. That's the essence of Baby It's Cold
That almost
Outside.
sounded like Michael Jackson a little bit.
the owl.
It's the essence.
It's the owl.
I love the owl.
That wasn't the night bird. Who wants Jesus juice? Who wants Jesus juice?
But even like, okay, another song in that vein, I Got You, Babe. They were fucking. They were
You mean
married.
Sonny and Cher?
Yeah.
But Bob Dylan wrote that song.
While he was fucking.
I'm pretty sure Bob Dylan wrote that song. I love when I say something with full
You're
confidence.
like, Bob Dylan wrote that song.
I'm so
then I
fucking.
Google it.
Then you
The
Google
guy
it.
that's like, note to myself. Google. was
Actually,
gonna
I'm
go.
sorry. It's Dr. Hook.
What?
Have you heard this one?
Oh no, it
Sounds
was
like
written
so
by
many
Sonny and Cher.
Listen to this. Listen to these lyrics. You're looking kind of lonely, girl. Would you like someone new to talk to?
It's a ghost.
All right. All right.
I like the honesty of that.
I'm feeling kind of lonely too. You don't mind.
Vulnerable.
Can I sit down here beside you?
This is working for me.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to get humid in here.
If I seem to come on too strong, I hope that you will understand these things, because I like to know if you're as lonely as I am.
A third song has entered. It's like when you're playing Mortal Kombat, a new challenger has entered. This is fantastic.
It's so basic. I'm lonely.
I love
you
it.
lonely? Can I say it?
Look, I'm not saying I was ever slick, but when I was a single man in a bar and just trying to meet ladies, the best way was always to just be honest. And I would say, I'm bored. Yeah. I'm bored talking to my friends. I didn't come here to talk to my stupid guy friends. Yeah. Can I talk with you? And if no, it's totally fine, of course. But just that's what I like about that song. It's like, I'm bored. I'm lonely. It always worked. The only goal wasn't just sex. It was just like, can we hang out? It always led to the merging of the bar.
Let me ask you a question.
My dumb fucking guy friends, these girls, now we're all hanging out.
Let me ask you a question. If I were to approach someone, I don't know, random girl off the top of my head, Zoe Kravitz, right? And I'm trying to, because I feel like you know her.
Hey, Zoe, it's her.
But I'm feeling like, am I able to use that on her? Hey, look, I'm bored and lonely. You trying to have sex?
No,
I'm going to stop you at line 1.
Okay.
I only like to, I'm bored.
Okay.
I don't mind I'm lonely.
I think you just hit her with the sup and the squint. The sup and squint.
Let me ask you this. This is real. This is real.
Yeah.
Would this work? And this is when I was a kid, I always would think this would work. Never did it, but I always thought it. So you're Zoe Kravitz. Come up and just be like, I'm sorry. I've heard that the prettiest girl at the bar is always the most bored because everyone's too scared to talk to her. So I just thought I'd come and talk to you.
Oh.
You like it or you hate it?
I'm not good with pickup lines.
I'm not even saying it as a pickup line. I'm being real. You're the most pretty girl at this bar. What I'm saying is,
like a nice compliment.
If you can say it, here's how I would do it. That's what my father used to say. The prettiest girl in the bar is the loneliest. Here's how I would say it. I would be like, I don't want to bother you, but I also don't want to assume that you're having a good time. I think you're way too gorgeous for people to just approach. And that might be kind of isolating. If I'm reading this wrong, you tell me.
She's just like, no, I'm an alcoholic. I like to fucking drink, dude.
I came here for the booze.
Yeah, I feel like she's a Long Island iced tea kind of girl.
No, here's the thing.
No, Zoe, I don't know anything about Zoe Kravitz. She's drinking something neither of us have heard of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some weird shit they made in Brooklyn.
I love her mac and cheese that she makes.
She makes mac and cheese?
Zoe Kraft mac cheese?
Yeah.
What?
Zoe Kraft?
Yep.
Zoe Kraft mac and cheese?
The Kraft family. Or what's the family called?
Kravitz.
The Kraft. Who makes the mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese.
Yes.
I see the riff now.
Oh, that's a kosher,
I needed to
kosher
be led,
mac and cheese.
I needed to be led to that one.
Kravitz.
That's on me.
No, she's somebody who I wouldn't know how to. I've met her multiple times, but only thing that comes out is,
you're just about
Wait,
her.
Why'd you just turn Italian?
She's,
Hey, how you doing?
Anybody know why Zoe Kravitz is here? Anyone know why Richie popped Bobby Lupo?
What movie is that from?
Anybody know why Richie popped Bobby Lupo?
I'm going to say A Bronx Tale.
Is it Marked for Death?
It's Out for Justice.
Out for Justice.
Steven Seagal.
You want to know what I thought a pickup line was when I think I can remember my exact age. I think I was 20 years old. I was like, because I would write scripts and I was like, this is the perfect pickup line.
Yeah.
I would go, this is so dumb. I'm going to do it to you. I'm just a little more comfortable with.
That's fine. Yeah, I might reject you too.
I don't think it's going to work.
Let's see.
So what do you think? Is this like good enough?
Oh, yeah.
For the story of how we met.
What was the percentage on that?
I never did it. I wrote it in scripts.
I love in the movies the pickup line when the music's like blasting and the guy's just like inching closer to the girl and then he goes, "What'd you say?"
Yeah.
What? And she's like, I didn't say anything. He's like, "Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Cool."
And then
it works every time.
No, it didn't fucking work. Let me tell you something.
You tried that one?
Sam, you were there with when we went to eat for your was it for your birthday?
Don Pepe's.
Remember that pretty woman who sat by the bar? This woman walks in the bar. We're with some friends. This woman sits by the bar and she's by herself. And she just this is a packed restaurant. And she comes in by herself, orders a glass of wine at the bar, and opens a book. and starts reading a book.
Crazy move.
Yeah, it's always like, my gosh, she's gorgeous. I'm trying to figure out my way in, right? Just go talk to her. Just go say something. I'm like, but she's reading. I don't want to interrupt. What if it's just like she got, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's homework? I don't know. What if it's important? So I walk to pay. I end up ordering something. The bill's been paid, but I order something else from the bar just so I can go and like have like at least a couple of moments to see if I can work my way in.
That's a
there.
nice move.
So I go
pro.
and I sit there and I look at her and I say, I look at
You
her
said
reading the
sup.
book.
Potato skins!
No.
Can we get 6 potato skins over here?
Do you have
What's
dipping
going on?
sauce?
Can you get blue cheese instead of ranch? And you're like, what's going on?
Sup.
I
I'm
said
telling
to
you,
her-
just hit her with the sup.
No, I said, she's reading the book and I go, yeah, the guy dies in the end. I said, I read this. He dies in the end. And she goes, wait, which guy? And I was like, the main guy. And she was like, what? And I went, and I choked and just
Oh,
went
She
back.
closed the
my
book and the title just
God.
like Feminists Unite.
Yeah.
There's like no men in it.
And she just went back to her book and was kind of like, did not turn back around to look at me to, that she's in on the joke or not in on the joke. She was just not having it. And God, I knew I shouldn't have. I knew it.
I feel for you in that story. I really do. Then it's Mein Kampf, and you're like, that's a dodged bullet right there.
We have a game we're playing, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Hey,
explain the
hey.
game, Roberto.
Yeah, so these are
Let me
B
try.
movie titles and like log line synopsis, short synopsis, and there's some real ones and some fake ones. So
Okay, let's see
Here's the
this
first
first one. Miami Connection. A martial arts rock band goes up against a group of motorcycle ninjas who have tightened their grip on Florida's drug trade.
Can I ask a question?
sure,
Yeah.
Did ChatGPT help?
no,
Then
I
this
don't-
is fake.
I don't even think this is a movie. I think this was like a recent news article I saw.
Yeah, if I martial arts rock band goes
in
up
Miami.
against a group of motorcycle, I'm gonna say that's real.
This is like, it sounds like it's a play on Chinese Connection. Or isn't that the movie? Isn't that a movie?
Chinese Connection.
Yeah.
I
I think
you're thinking of Chinese finger
a
trap.
martial arts rock band goes up against.
You're thinking of the French Connection?
Yeah, that's probably what you
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go. Oh shit! Fuck you guys. I'm gonna say it's fake.
Motorcycle Ninjas is so real, though.
Martial arts rock band? If this is real, I'm going to go in the bathroom and suck my own dick.
Dude, don't
Which
put
I
your thing
can
down
do.
our fucking pipes down here. Okay.
Look, your shit's backed up, you guys.
Do you remember what it was called?
The trap.
trap.
He's going to put his wang in the trap. Okay, I'm going to go fake as well. Are we all going fake on this
Yeah,
one?
we're going
Yeah,
fake.
let's all go fake. Fake news.
God damn, it's a real movie.
I'll be right back. It'll only take a second.
Rubber. A car tire becomes sentient
Goes
and
on a
goes
killing
on a
spree.
killing spree in the desert.
Oh, I think this is Denise Richards' like first movie. I think this is real.
Real? There's a car movie called Heather. Is that what it's called?
This is fake. Rubber is
Christine.
fake.
Huh?
Christine was the Stephen King one.
I'm going to
Yeah.
change
Blubber?
my if this is real statement. If this is real, you've done a great job finding some fake ass sounding real movies.
Rubber.
I'm going to say real. I think this is Denise Richards' first movie.
I'm gonna say real.
It's real.
That's
Wow.
a car
It's real
tire
too.
goes on a
So
That's
I'm
real.
sorry,
Roger
I'm gonna
Corman
take
made
issue.
this?
The car
I
tire
don't know
is
about the Denise
sentient,
Richards.
like it's aware that it exists.
Yeah, it knows
Yeah,
it's
dude.
a car tire.
What's that?
It knows it's a car tire. Yes.
Does it talk?
I mean, I haven't seen it.
Josh,
but
can you look this up? I
don't
think
know.
this was Denise Richards' first movie.
Are you
It like
serious?
kills her boyfriend or something. I think so. I heard.
peels off on her tits.
No, this is a 2010.
Oh,
2010?
fuck.
French Connection?
That's too recent.
So there's a French connection to this one?
I'm thinking this is some like old school, like Swamp Thing style,
There's a French version of Fast and Furious.
Toxic Crusaders shit.
The first one was from-
a
it was
little
from, like,
too
the 80s.
aggressive.
Yeah.
The Silent Alarm.
A disgruntled mime tired of being ignored, that doesn't sound like a mime to me,
Uh-huh.
orchestrates a series of elaborate and quiet heists. I'm going to need
Wow.
to see a writing sample from you to see how aggressive you are with your commas. These are all inbounds, but if I know you're a comma guy, I'll know you made this one up.
How many? One,
The
two,
silent
three,
alarm.
4 commas.
Yeah.
4 commas.
Okay, here's 9 reasons why this is fake.
Yeah.
1, we haven't had a fake one yet.
Yeah.
So it's
true.
got to be fake,
Odds.
or this is just a list of movies. 2, the silent alarm. Come on. That's a fake title.
It's fake because the commas aren't supposed to be after elaborate or quiet.
I think that's his choice. Yeah. You know what I would do there? Double dash. Elaborate, and quiet. Yeah.
So fake. We're going fake.
It's going fake.
Going fake.
Fake.
Going
Fucking
fake.
commas gave me away.
Yeah, dude. We got it.
Good job. That was fake.
I actually would defend your use of those commas. I wouldn't have flagged that as bad
Thank
or
you.
wrong
Thank
for
you.
what it's
Well,
worth.
if you have and already, you don't need the comma.
Yeah.
I was denoting a pause in my mind and quiet.
That's why the double dash is. I'm glad we can get this out there. I want to
You're
tell
right.
people about the pinch wipe method, and I want to tell people don't forget double dash. If you're going, should I put a
You
comma
learn
here?
anything from today.
Put a double dash.
Done.
Mrs.
Science
Dash, second wife, double dash.
Velocipastor.
Oh
What?
my God! A piece turns into a crime-fighting dinosaur to bring down a gang of ninjas.
Dude, I'd actually low-key kind of watch that movie. I'm not lying. Like,
Velocipaster.
A priest
Velocipaster.
turns into a crime-fighting dinosaur.
So the title is pastor, but he's a priest.
yeah.
Yeah, this is false.
This is fake.
He made
He
this up.
gets bit by a velociraptor and turns into a dinosaur.
This is a Marvel movie?
No,
This is Madam Web?
no.
Velocipaster. It's because Velocipaster is too hard to say.
Yeah.
Nobody would
Velocipaster.
greenlight Velocipaster. It's fake.
Velocifather maybe would have been better.
Yeah.
No, and I would believe it if the priest turned into a crime-fighting dinosaur to bring down a gang of free ninjas. Or
Great movie,
surf
Three Ninjas.
You know,
Three
those little
Ninjas.
boys. Like, I'd
Whoa,
buy it then.
whoa.
Three Beverly Hills ninjas.
I don't-
Yes. Three little ninjas.
Fake.
Fake.
This is actually kind of a cult classic. It's real.
It's
You've heard of this, right? 100%.
Velocipaster.
real. Gosh.
Wow. Respect.
Thanks killing. A homicidal turkey axe murders college kids during Thanksgiving
That's
break.
real.
Wait, what? A homicidal
Thanks
turkey?
killing?
Oh, axe murder. Okay. Okay.
I feel like that's real. Sonic the Hedge Fund.
Thanksgiving.
There was one like this with a sloth that they remember.
Yeah,
I
the
showed you that
sloth- the
trailer. There was a
sloth one.
sloth killer.
I'm going to say this is false.
Thanks killing. It's a great
too
title.
good. That's what it makes me think of Violent Night.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
horror movies with a good title. If we've learned anything from Velocipaster,
So real or fake?
I'm saying real.
Real.
I'm saying fake.
I'm saying they're real and they're spectacular.
No.
Thanksgiving is real?
Wow. Good job. You got
Real.
that one.
I
You
got
crushed that
one. I was wrong 4 times and right once.
Shit.
The Greasy Strangler. You don't want to be greasy if you're out there strangling.
Yeah, because it's like
You want to be dry.
Get no good grip.
Yeah,
You can get a
then you're
grip.
then you're just sending people
They're just
a few feet
massaging
in front
people's
of you.
necks.
Like
yeah.
That scene in the
They're pinched-
teleporter when Jason Statham's in the grease.
Oh, yeah, he's in the oil and the,
That's
the car oil.
Yeah, that's a great fight scene.
The
I don't
Greasy
know that.
Strangler. By day, Ronnie runs a disco walking tour of Los Angeles. By night, he greases himself up and strangles unsuspecting victims.
Wow.
This is false.
That's got to be
This got to
fake.
be fake. Yeah, this has to be
I'm going to say fake. And if it is fake, you deserve full respect for making it a disco walking tour. Because that made me
Silent
almost think
disco?
it was real.
Yeah, oh my God.
That almost made me think it was real.
That's fake.
No, I think it's from like 2016 too. It's
It's a
real.
real movie?
That's a real movie.
Why have you heard of this?
Which Reddits are you guys on?
Yes.
The
None of these
Greasy
movies have made it to
Strangler.
Netflix.
No.
None
That's
of
crazy.
these movies were popping when Blockbuster was like just on its way out.
Then I got Greasy strangled.
Last one.
Kung Fu Cajun. A Bayou boy named Boudreaux.
Bayou boy.
Finds himself
Asian woman.
in the middle of
Bow down by the bow. Ooh, I'm about to make a name of myself here.
Some high kicking action. Now, Boudreaux, he ain't no kung fu master, but he got that Cajun spice in him. Quick on his feet and faster with his gumbo. False.
With his gumbo.
I need somebody to read this in a very Cajun accent.
A Bayou
Kyle?
boy named
I feel like
Bruno.
only
Find him in the middle of some high kicking action. Now,
Whoa.
he ain't no kung fu master, but he got that Cajun spice in him though. Quick on his feet and faster with the gumbo.
There's so many accents here. I don't know what just happened.
Was it terrible?
You're literally
Whoa.
Mystique, dude. You just changed into so
It
many
was
different
good
people.
for other accents.
Yeah.
That was Jamaican. That was Jamaican.
Yeah, I didn't know I could do it, rude boy.
You gotta do like
You ever start
be a rude boy when you give it up.
Why can't I do this? Call me now.
Oh my god. Lamorne, you could do it. I'm sure you could do it.
Oh no!
Yeah, in fact,
Or
could
you just gotta do Farmer Fran from Waterboy.
Yeah.
Ooh, a bayou boy named Boudreaux find himself in the middle. A bayou boy named Boudreaux find himself in the middle of some high kicking action. Now Boudreaux, he ain't no kung fu master, you heard? So he got that Cajun spice in him. Quick on his feet, faster with a gumbo.
there it is.
That was just juvenile.
Come on, that little bubble shit. Give me a hat down to move on.
That made me realize how wrong I was. It wasn't perfect, but it made me go like, oh.
I see. Cajun. I see.
With his gumbo.
I'm gonna say this is false.
I'm going to say it's real because they've all been real.
No, this is obviously fake.
This had to be
You can't say obviously fake. I mean, Velocipaster.
No, just because I made you do it 3 times in a different accent.
Bolosa pasta.
Velocipasta. Hey, Pete. Thanks for being here, my friend.
My pleasure.
Dude.
Thanks for doing my podcast.
Of course, man.
That's what I'd like to plug. You made it. weird.
Yeah, please tell
That's
everyone
it.
where they can follow you.
That's it. Here we are at the end of a podcast that you can see the YouTube analytics. It dips in that middle, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
It definitely does.
But if you're still here, then you'll love my podcast because it's a long form podcast called You Made It Weird. That's all I have to say.
We love you folks as always. This is the Lamorning After. Lamorne, Kyle, Pete. Please like and subscribe. Do all those things you're supposed to do to help us get views.
Notifications on, leave a
Yeah.
comment, engage.
And it's right. And then buy our merch too.
Also buy the merch. And don't forget the pinch and roll method.
Is real.
Is that for wiping your ass though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a secret. It's a
I'm
spotless
telling
cleanliness
you
review.
guys, everyone that listened to that.
Or just get a bidet.
If you,
No, I also have a bidet, so that's real, but not in every bathroom. That's right. Got a lot of bathrooms, guys. Things are going okay.
so many
I'm just
bathrooms.
kidding. We have
this guy.
2 bathrooms. One of them doesn't have a bidet. So that's where I'm pinching. Upstairs, I'm just blasting it.
Honey,
Tushy.com/weird,
just go to work,
man.
dude. Blow your butthole out. Go to work.
That was a Headgum Podcast.